Hey, Toothers, it's me again. I have another flosser for us today, right? A palate cleanser, something to take away from all the anger and terror I'm normally pumping out. Which there's more of that coming as well. Don't get too worried, but not for this one, right? For this one, like I did with the kids, I want to talk about a couple things that I really like, that I definitely enjoy, and I want to share that with people for a couple reasons. One, to show that I'm not all doom and gloom. I'm mostly doom and gloom, but I'm not all doom and gloom. And two, because I think that some people may find it interesting, and some of you may think I'm completely insane. And if that's the case, then stick around and let's prove your point. I'll talk about the shorter part first, because I think that may have been a mistake from the first one, where I talked long and then did a short one. So I'll try the short one first and then the long one. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I get any feedback on that kind of setup. But there's something that I started doing this when I was younger, but I did it wrong. And unfortunately, I have to thank Seinfeld for illustrating to me how terrible my original plan was. And that's taking a shower in a tub, but taking a tub with the shower running, right? So I'm in the tub, doing business, and the water's filling up as I'm cleaning myself off, and then I hang out in the tub while the shower is still going until it fills up, and then I turn off the water completely, and I just kind of hang out for a while, you know? It didn't dawn on me, and I did this when I was younger, and I didn't really get to do it a whole lot as I got older. I just started doing it again recently because of the place I moved in. I live alone, so it's a really good time to kind of pick this back up. But there's an episode where Kramer was really loving his shower, and there was a conversation about taking a bath, and he made a comment about sitting in a tepid water of his own filth. And I was like, oh, that's what I was doing. Gross. So for all of you who have already caught up to the that's gross factor, yeah, you would be correct. And I wish somebody had told me that 20, 30 years ago. So I've since altered that plan, right? But it's still relatively the same. And the process itself. Oh, and for those of you who've actually seen that episode of Seinfeld that I am talking about, please know I am not washing vegetables in the shower. I have not installed a garbage disposal either. And if this is already TMI, I apologize. It's going to stay the same for a couple minutes. And why is it TMI and not 2MI? Right? Like too much information? Anyway, so what I do now, take the shower, clean, make sure everything is down the drain, right? And then you stop her up the tub and you start to fill the tub. And I have it's like a wand shower head. Like I don't have the fixed shower head. I can take it down and spray around, which is great for a fat guy to get all the folds. Anyway, so you get down in the tub and you get kind of relaxed, and you still got to spray yourself, and you got to get like the back of the tub too, because that'll be a little colder, because it may not have gotten as wet from all the hot water, or it may have cooled down by now. And because when you lean back, it's gonna wake you up, and you're trying not to be woken up, right? By the way, I would advise doing this before going to bed, because the way I do this, I get super tired. So you let the water kind of fill up a little, and like I said, you get kind of the temperature correct between the back of the tub and your back, and then you switch it over from the shower head to the faucet, and you let that water fill up. And if you really want to indulge, you could do some of the pink bubble bath that you got for your 8-year-old daughter. Now the caveat there is it tends to make the tub a little more slippery. Now my tub's got kind of a little bit of roughness to it, so I don't have like stickers and stuff to make sure I don't fall and hurt myself. But you may find yourself sliding a little bit with too much of the bubble bath. So figure that out. Figure out when to put the bubble bath in, because if you put it in too early, I think that helps to line the bottom of the tub. And then the kicker for me is I leave the shower curtain open a little bit, because I'm the guy who would probably like a sauna. if I had an air conditioner on my face. So that's an enjoyable piece of it. And the key is to not get too relaxed until the tub is filled up, because you run the risk of falling asleep. Or if you're me with a sleep schedule that looks like, I don't know, someone with an arrhythmia on an EKG, you're going to start falling asleep because you're going to be comfortable. So you have to wait. You have to fight that urge until the tub is filled up enough, and you can alternate the water to make sure it's hot enough and whatnot. And then when that's done, you lay back and for me, you pass out. And sometimes you don't realize you passed out until you have woken up and like, why is the water cold? And then you realize it's been 45 minutes that you've been asleep in the tub. It's very nice. It's very relaxing. And I was telling a friend about this, and I was challenged that what if you drown? And it's not possible for me to drown in my tub, for one. Even if I fill the tub all the way up, my head's still big enough that I'd have to turn one way or another in order to drown in the water, and I'd have to have my legs way up in the air, all akimbo. It would just be a whole terrifying way for somebody to find me. But it's also kind of physically impossible. And so, but it's a good point, right? If you get like one of those deep Japanese tubs, which I would love to get, be mindful of that kind of scenario if you're going to try this out, because you don't want to drown in your tub. I mean, you won't, right? I think if you fall asleep, your survival instincts kick in when something like that starts to happen, and you wake up from just trying to drown, I guess. At least that's what I've read. And I had another piece of advice about this, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so I like to call it my Shtubnap, my shower tub nap, all is one word. And I definitely get mocked and laughed at for it by everyone I've told, so I'm not expecting much different from you all, but in case somebody likes the idea or has never thought about it, I thought I would pass that along, because I think it is great. Oh, if you're in a hot tub, right, make sure that the hot tub's got like a reclining area that you can sit on, so that you aren't gonna start to sink in, because I mean, you don't want to start the drowning process, right? I mean, you'll wake up, but obviously choking on water is still not ideal. So that was the other piece of advice I couldn't remember. Yeah, so I thought that was an important story to tell today, because it was a nice day. I took a shower. I did the whole bit. Oh, I couldn't nap because I got people at work who was trying to talk to me, so I couldn't hang out. But I definitely wanted to. But yeah. So, geez, maybe I should separate this out into two bits, because the other one's going to be super long, and I technically still have to work. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stop here. You guys can think about a fat donkey taking a shower and then taking a nap in the tub, and I will go to work and do the next piece a little later. Okay.